Hi Arun.
Hey Ronak.
So it's a pleasure to meet you after long. In fact, we met during 2016-17, I guess. 17 it was the second outlet of Priya, which was you all were opening. So what I would like to know is you need to share your insights about the learning, because the way you guys have expanded together as a couple. Initially, you've been into corporate world for almost, I think, 20 plus years.
That's
So
right, yeah.
how you guys evolved and how you all started this journey, expanded so many outlets and running multiple businesses. There'll be a great insight if you can share your experience and knowledge, what would help them to take a right decision.
So Ronak, as rightly mentioned by you, I've got about 22 years of experience working for various corporates, and mostly this is into the banking and the financial service industry. My last assignment was with Max Life Insurance. I was a corporate vice president and I served that organization for 18 years. So that has been my longest stint. And I must tell you, all those learnings that I have with regard to business and operations, I think it is from Max Life. While I've served organizations like Standard Chartered Bank, Aviva Life Insurance, but Max taught me and made me what I am today. Answering your question about expanding, Priya started the franchise. She took this franchise off Nashville sometime in 2016-17. And when we got into the business, we saw that there is an opportunity. But I must tell you, there is time that favored us. There is luck that favored us. When we looked into picking up Perumbakum outlet, we had initially some hiccups, but then we got it back. We got that location to us. And Sholinganallur was the second outlet that we opened. Again, that just came by chance. It was not something that we had planned. And but then later, once we understood the business, then we started looking for opportunities and geographically, which area would suit best for opening outlets. And that's how we opened up ECR Link Road. And then we have this Nukampalayam where we are talking now.
That's great. That's great. So, as for your experience and your background of being in finance, always, I know that you're a numbers guy. So, you've been guiding Priya in regards to the numbers. So, according to you, how important is financial planning in regards to setting up and running any business?
See, initially when we started, it was never a cakewalk for us. The first outlet was really challenging. I still remember 7 years back, we wanted approximately 65 lakhs to go into the business, and then we had about 8 lakhs odd in hand. So that's all that we had. However, luckily for the jobs that we were into, Priya was working for Tech Mahindra and I being employed with Max Life Insurance, we were able to raise the funds through personal loans. While we did explore availing a business loan through various banks, but we saw that the procedures and the formalities were a bit difficult. Personal loan was something that got sanctioned about 3 days time, and we were able to manage that. But when we opened the first outlet, we were not very sure as to how the future projections would look like, how much of money we should factor in for the capex. All that were probably calculations we did out of our own gut feelings, rather than a proper planning, I must tell you, at that point in time. But then once we did it, after the first salon, then it became the second salon. When we were able to do it, then it became a cakewalk for us. Then we knew how to manage the finances, how to get the money in, how much do you need to factor as a working capital, so on and so forth. So we were able to do that.
Yeah, because in my experience of franchising, I've seen that people, when they are investing in the salon infrastructure, though the brand is given some guidelines, they will end up investing more.
Yeah.
And then they don't plan their resources for working capital, which is very essential for any business to be
Absolutely, yes.
built. So that's something which I've come across in my experience also. So that's very, very important.
I've seen people starting and then not able to take it forward, and then leaving it, or having to give it to someone else, and then walk away from business.
Yes.
But at least in our mind, we were clear as to what is the budget, what is the sort of money that we'll have to put in, and then what are the various ways that we can probably raise the capital. So that we were clear in our minds.
That's great. So one more question which I would like to ask is, both of you all are from corporates, working in corporates and got into this. Of course, by luck, you all came across this opportunity and you all started this. But if, as an individual, you are looking at starting a new journey, is a franchise business a better opportunity or starting your own business is a better opportunity, according to you?
See, when we got into, we would have, as a first-time entrepreneur, I think it is always best to look at a franchise model than looking at something on your own. There is always a cut, copy, paste option which you have in a franchise model. There are the right people to guide you. There is always a brand which is already built, and therefore it is more easier for you to approach the business as a first-timer. But then, as you're aware that we have also ventured into other businesses, we have a wellness and a Panchakarma treatment center, Suprati Ayur. We have the spices, the nuts and the dry fruit business, that is True Nuts that we have started, which once you get the hands-on experience into business, you know how the operations work, how are you supposed to sell whatever service or the product that you're trying to sell. And then you can get into probably your brand. But then as a first timer, I would always recommend and choose to be with a franchise model. Yeah.
Great. And one more last question I would like to ask you is, as individuals, is it important to, take guidance from a franchise coach or a consultant rather than, because there are 10,000 brands in the market who are franchising. How does one choose the right business? So is a franchise coach or a consultant important for individuals?
Absolutely, yes. Ronak, while when we started, I wouldn't say that we had a franchise coach or a consultant. However, we did have a person who was into business who helped us. Velu, who owned at that point in time 3 natural salons. He was a pillar of a support for us when we started the first outlet. Even the minutest of the operations which is involved, like for example, where do you place a product, to the recruitment, to the operations, to the upkeeping of the salon, the maintenance, the facility management, identifying the accommodation for the people, the food vendor. There are a lot of nitty-gritties, and when you have an expert to guide you, to help you, that is always a blessing. And I think one of those reasons that we were able to probably stabilize faster was because we had a mentor in the business.
That's
I would definitely say yes, that is very important.
Absolutely. So I think these are the important factors which one has to look at, and through my channel, I want to educate more people about what franchising, is, and how, what are the challenges also. It's not that, every business is suitable for everybody. So that way, I think whatever insights you and Priya have given is actually going to be helping a lot of people.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time, and it is a pleasure to meet you after long.
Thank you very much, Ron.
Thanks.
Thank you.